Hi, it's week 3 of the Shrink Yourself programme, and it's been a week of a lot of change for me. I've said goodbye to some people that I hope I'll see again in the future, but I certainly won't see them as often as I have been seeing them. Some changes in my week and how I spend my time, and some even bigger changes ahead. So there's been some ups and downs, some celebrations, some indulgences, regrets following the indulgences, and that's a very interesting process. I'd managed to be so mindful of what I was eating last week and hadn't had any emotional eating episodes, and yet here I am this week having overeaten. Definitely having triggered the emotional hunger switch and rewarded it with food, which I know will reinforce that relationship between emotions and food, and even to the extent where I've also noticed that I've been shopping and buying unnecessary small treats for myself. So I'm also using shopping in the way that I've been using food. So I'm pretty sure that the techniques that I've got in, or I'm learning on this program will work with the shopping thing as well. But it's interesting that the two have kind of coincided, the two so-called coping mechanisms. The theme for the programme this week has been looking at self-doubts and the triggers for those, and how you might respond without using food. So I've set up a few things that I might do instead in certain given situations, things that feel like my sore spots. They're the things that really push my buttons, if you like, and make me want to run to the fridge. So I'm hoping that I can put them into action with the awareness of being able to sort of pause and reflect and know that this is an emotion, it's an urgent feeling, so therefore it's an emotional need for the food. I can try and tune in to how I'm feeling. To a great extent, I have been overall quite successful at this, but it takes ongoing work, and as we all know, some days they are more stressful than others. So I do feel like I've got some useful resources to enable me to cope more effectively. But it's interesting, the connection between maybe feeling like for a couple of days that I've not coped as well as I'd been learning about, and not putting into action the things that I've been learning, and then how that affects how I feel about myself. So all these self-doubts emerge, and how then they feel like they're undermining all sorts of things. So it was really timely to read about self-doubts and to understand some things that I haven't previously thought about. I'm pleased to have a little saying in my mind when my self-critic is having a field day in my head, to sort of think about, I'm not perfect, but I'm not awful, but I'm somewhere in the middle and somewhere very human. And I think that will be useful to try and help me accept what I'm, when I'm beating myself up. So another really interesting week. I'm glad in a way that I'm doing this programme at a kind of challenging and sort of dynamically changing time in my life, because that really, it feels like if I can work through my issues with food at a time like this, then I can it's a keeper. I can do it for much longer. So I hope again that this has been useful, and welcome any comments or feedback, and I'll be speaking to you again next week. Thank you.